Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our weekly wrap-up. This is our third one, so good on us for keeping this up for 3 weeks in a row. All we do is talk about the posts that we've posted this week, in case you've missed something, because there are 2 separate blogs, as well as the YouTube channel, and everything that comes out. And then we talk about what we read this week, so that you can sort of get a sneak peek at what is going to come in the future.
Okay, so for my Monday post, I am supposed to be doing from the notebook videos, and I can promise that you'll get another one of those on Monday of this week. But last Monday, I was still recovering from wisdom teeth surgery, and we'd done a bunch of videos, and I was like, no, I'm just done now. So I did a TBR for my Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, like Michaela posted a little while ago. Hold on, apparently I'm pausing. I have never done a TBR before, and it was daunting and scary, and it's got me reading totally out of my comfort zone, which I think is actually the point of the whole thing, but I can still grumble about it, and I do in the post. Also check that out to see which books that Michaela and I will be reading together, and also Taylor from Bibliomancy for Beginners is doing a couple of those with us, so it's going to be really cool books.
My Monday post was my top 5 most anticipated reads of the year. That one was a video because Gretchen wasn't doing a From the Notebook video. I figured that I would do my Monday musings as a video. One of those is this book, which I got from the library and I'm starting to read and enjoying. So if you want to see which other books are coming out this year that I am excited to read, check that out.
So on Tuesday, Michaela and I did our first live discussion instead of doing a taped Betwixt the Books video. And we did that on spoilers and discussing how we read with spoilers, how we review thinking about spoilers. And it was a really, really good discussion. And, you know, we talked about Star Wars and a show that Michaela watches that I can't pronounce. Danganronpa? Is that how did I say that right? Michaela's over here, that's why I'm looking this way. I'm not ignoring you, but there's just so many devices going on right now. Anyways, check that out. We're far more articulate than I am today in that video.
On Wednesday, I did a review of an arc. It was Uncommon Bodies, which is a collection of short stories that all go around the theme of uncommon bodies. Some are mystical, magical, some are things like amputations or conjoined twins, so real-world uncommon bodies. And I liked it for the most part, but if you want to know what I thought was good, which stories I thought were really well done, what themes I thought were really well done, you'll have to go read that post.
On Wednesday, I had another Worth It Wednesday post, this time around Pushing the Limits by Katie McGarry. 2 weeks ago was apparently the main character Echo's birthday, and so I was inspired when Katie was posting about that to do my Worth It Wednesday on Pushing the Limits, which is a contemporary romance that is one of the most deep and in-depth romances in the YA contemporary genre I've ever read. I don't really like to read YA contemporary, so this is a rare pick for me, which speaks, I think, to just how worth it is. So go read that post if you want to hear more about that.
On Thursday, Gretchen and I put out a Betwixt the Books videos where we talked about some of the books that are fairy tale retellings that we really like. So it's a bunch of really short mini reviews of, I think, 8 books that we enjoy that are fairy tale retellings. If you would like to hear what we would recommend you read based on that genre, go check out that video.
Then on Friday, I had a text review of an arc that I talked about a couple of videos ago called Annabeth Never Ending. This book is, it's a girl who finds an ankh at a flea market and starts having flashbacks of an ancient Egyptian past because she's reincarnated as a princess of Egypt. And I was excited about it because it's ancient Egypt, and that's one of my major motion things to read. I'm a huge ancient Egyptian fan, but the book got a 2.5-star rating from me, so it was kind of disappointing. But go read that review if you want to hear more about it and why it was so disappointing to me.
My Friday post was a book and movie review for Brooklyn by Colm Toyban. I keep having to say his name. It's so Irish, and nobody has told me how to pronounce it. Actually news at the end of this video about my next book and movie review, because that is something I've been doing a lot lately, and new things are in the works with that. But yeah, so if you want to know what I thought about the book and the movie and the adaptation therein, please go and read that post. Also see the movie, it was really good. Alright, so this week I read 3 books, 2 of which were for that fairy tale retellings video, and one of which will be coming out next week. I have a review of that. The 2 that I read for the fairy tale retellings video was first The Sleeper and the Spindle by Neil Gaiman, which is a really pretty, like, YA picture book. If you want to know more on my thoughts on that, you should go watch the fairy tale video. The second one was a reread. That was Briar Rose by Jane Yolen. That one is a retelling of Sleeping Beauty, but it's also a Holocaust story, and again, if you would like to know more in depth my thoughts on that, you should go watch the fairy tale retellings video. The last book that I read was this one right here, Carol, by Patricia Highsmith. I am going to be making a video on this one, and I'm going to be starting a new series with this that I'm going to be calling Flicks, where I talk about the book and movie adaptation. So I have seen the movie Carol, I have read the book Carol, the sticky notes are things that I want to talk about in that video, so look forward to my thoughts on this.
I didn't read anything this week. I was working and packing because, as you can see, I'm not at my house anymore. This is the view you're unfortunately going to have to get used to for potentially a little bit, because this is the only way I can apparently record without my technology fritzing terribly. Who knows, this video may also fritz terribly, and I'm just living through rose-tinted glasses right now. So I have no books that I read. However, I do want to show you something related to the Read Your Own Damn Books challenge, so bear with me. These are all of the books that I have but need to read, and I brought back with me from my house. This is terrifying. So hopefully I'll be starting to read through these. Hopefully, we hope. I also am just going to do a little mini haul real quick, and shameless plug for what's coming next week. I did get one arc this week. It was Lions in the Garden by Chelsea Luna. Thank you, Kensington Books. And I'm super excited about that. It's historical fiction, kind of sort of set in Prague. So I'm super excited about that. And then I also got Paper Towns by John Green, because Michaela and I will be doing our first joint review for Betwixt the Books on Tuesday. I haven't started reading this yet, which is why it's not, a book I've read. It's a book I've gotten. But if you saw Michaela and I's Unpopular Opinions tag video, you might know that I don't like John Green, because his books annoy me. But I've never actually read a John Green book in its entirety. This is also for the Pop Sugar Challenge. So that video should be fascinating, and you should watch it. Coming Tuesday.
Alright guys, that's all we have for you this week. Look forward to all of the videos and posts we have planned for next week. If you would like to tell us what you read this week, please leave that in the comments down below. If you have read any of the books that we have read, or the books that Gretchen has hauled today, aside from the Ark, because in theory you wouldn't have that one, then please tell us what you thought of them. And if you are having a good weekend, let us know that as well. We just want to hear from you. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good Sunday.